Hi, and welcome to the Haverhill Journal, where we give you a quick look each week at what's going on in our city. I'm Lindsay Paris, and this week, the Journal is covering Haverhill's first Fashion Week event and getting into some of the highlights of the upcoming Trails and Sails Festival. But first, the River Ruckus and Rubber Duck Regatta, sponsored by Team Haverhill and the Rotary Club on September 6th, was a huge success. HC Media was there broadcasting live, and our own Tom Jorgensen, along with his Haverhill How-To sidekick, City Clerk Linda Catoulis, provided play-by-play coverage of the big drop.
I'm Tom Jorgensen here, as always, with Linda Catoulis, whether she knows it or not. Anyway, we are here at the 2014 Duck Drop. Haverhill, Massachusetts, United States of America. The tension is palpable.
Unbelievable. You can feel the excitement. It's a buzz. It's like electricity.
It is like electricity, Linda. There are some favorites to win today.
Yes. Merrimack Valley Mallard.
Merrimack Valley Mallard.
One of my favorites is Ugly Duckling. He's never won a race, but that's not stopped him from trying. Why isn't your thing isn't plugged in?
John Cuneo from the Haverhill Rotary Club. John, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm a little sweaty because I'm wearing 7 layers.
Yeah,
but
I noticed that.
We're here at the beating heart, beating brain, beating soul of the Duck Drop and River Ruckus.
Duck Central.
Now, Linda, what are these people doing back here?
They're sitting in front of computers and they're tapping in the keys, so it's some numbers, I think, and they are counting money.
Expert analysis from Linda Catoulis.
The Duck Drop is basically, it's a fundraiser. It's sponsored by Haverhill Rotary or presented by Haverhill Rotary. And then we have our major sponsor is Rockingham Toyota Scion Honda, and they donate a $10,000 grand prize, which seems to get a lot of interest. They take about 7 minutes to race downstream to the finish line. The first duck through the tube wins, on behalf of its adopter, $10,000 cash donated by Rockingham Toyota Honda Scion. So
that's wonderful of them. $10,000 will buy you a lot of bread. It is a lot of bread, isn't it, Linda?
A lot of bread.
Linda, any other thoughts here?
Fascinating.
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 Fascinating, I said.
Truly fascinating.
We talked about this. I was going to be the one that said fascinating.
Truly fascinating.
So we've talked a lot about what the winning duck gets. Eternal Glory, $10,000 for its sponsor.
Yeah.
Now the losing 100 ducks, it's a little bit darker of an end. Yes, thank you for those wise words, Linda. The losing 100 ducks, as all Haverhill residents know, are tied to the fireworks at the end of the River Ruckus Fiesta.
Yep.
Right over there. And they are sent up to a spectacular ducky end. That end will be truly ducky. Finished, kaput. They will not be competing next year, but that just adds to the stakes. We are on our way to the Como Bridge when the duck drop is just about to begin. Richard Rogers from Spring Hill Farm is up there, ready to dump those ducks right into the river down here. Now we are anticipating just a brutal, close race.
Absolutely.
Yes. Now the ducks,
Feather to feather.
feather to feather, and feathers will fly. Here we go. Now it's moving. Now we have some movement on the bridge. The majesty of this moment cannot be impressed upon you enough, dear viewers.
To be here in person is a magical moment.
Thank you for joining me with this, Linda.
Thank you for inviting me.
And they're off!
Oh my God, look at
There
that.
they go! Oh, the majesty! Oh, a whole case!
Look at that.
Oh my gosh! And they're off. This is
Oh, look at that.
truly a sight to behold. All right, it looks like, yes,
Yep, the field's emerged.
the field is emerging, and it looks like Quack and Black is taking an early lead.
Wow. Look at that. He is racing like I've never seen him racing.
Now, surprisingly, we hadn't even seen him today, but Samuel L. Quaxon is really making a run for it.
Wow.
And, you know, it looks like the pack is starting to emerge. Quack and Black and Crouching Tiger, Peking Duck, as we had predicted, are doing spectacularly.
Robbie Downey Feathers, unpredictable as he is pulling right up.
We have Crouching Tiger, Peking Duck at the end. Quack and Black. Oh, but they're catching up. Oh, there's Samuel L. Quaxon. But no, it looks like, wait, it could be. And it is. That looks like it could be. It's Crouching Tiger, Peking Duck. Linda, do you have any closing remarks for this duck drop?
It's an amazing experience to be here in person and to watch these ducks valiantly swim for the #1 spot.
Truly.
So all the ducks who have made it.
Truly, these...
And they all made it.
Okay, can I talk now?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Viewers, the 2014 Duck Drop has come to an end. For HC Media, I'm Tom Jorgensen.
I'm Linda Kutilis.
Back to you.
Awesome job by Tom and Linda. The regatta raised over $30,000, with the proceeds to be distributed to local charities and nonprofits. A steady rain didn't stop a sellout crowd from lining Wingate Street last Saturday evening to watch Haverhill's own Fashion Week event, the What's in Your Trunk Fall Fashion Show, a collaborative effort of Reach Fashion, The Color Mint, and Improv Dancewear. We at the Journal didn't mind getting a little soggy to bring you this season's hottest styles straight from downtown. Models braved the elements to show the latest fall outfits to a huge crowd of spectators. And for everyone attending, it was an exhilarating night.
It was really a lot of fun to walk in the rain, and we had a great turnout, even though the weather wasn't the best, but it was really fun. It just made it, fierce, powerful, and it just added a lot of just oomph.
It was a lot of fun trying to put it together and a lot of craziness, and Giovanni from Reach Fashion tries to do one every year, and we thought it would be great this year to do something outside, make it a little more fun and different from what everyone else is doing. So it was great, and everyone did an amazing job.
I didn't watch a thing, so I was so nervous. But I hope, they're going to remember, and hopefully next year they're going to come back and we can do bigger, maybe in an indoor place. That's what we're looking forward.
So I got here really early today for fitting and hair and makeup, and we got our outfits, switched for the pants that I'm wearing right now, and it was just a really fun experience. It was a little wet. It was really slippery out there, but it was still fun. It was cool, and I got to meet some really cool girls, and yeah.
Since Melissa opened her store, The Color Mint, here in Haverhill, I decided why not partner with somebody else and make this bigger, and I love Haverhill. I want to support Haverhill in many ways. And so we came together, we sat down, we talked about it, and Improv, the dance where the girls came also. We decided the three of us, why not? So we started about 2 months ago, and this all came together today, I hope. All the students that was wearing what they made, the little ones, they're students. They came here, so they got a call back. They were so excited, and they made their own clothes, and they walked in their own way. So,
you may not have known it, but Haverhill has got a significant fashion presence, and it was out in full force at the show and after party.
I came to U.S. September 11, 1998 as a model. So it was fashion that brought me to U.S. and fashion that kept me in here to U.S. for 16 years. We moved to Haverhill. My partner and I, we adopt 2 boys, and we decided to open a business in here. So it's almost 3 years. I'm very happy. I have a lot of loyal customers from Haverhill that support us in many ways. We do clothing. We teach kids how to sew. We teach adults. We refinish furniture in here. We do home decor, and it's just keeping coming, new ideas and new customers coming, new students, so I love it.
I actually started sewing at the age of 3. My mom taught me, and when I was in high school, I got into one of the sewing classes there, and that's when I found out I really knew that's what I wanted to do.
I'm a junior at Haverhill High School, and on the side I have a fashion blog. So this is a good opportunity to kind of see the behind-the-scenes work of it. I'm very interested in working in fashion and going to maybe New York City for school. I'd love to work with Vogue or Teen Vogue. That would be a dream of mine, definitely.
So I'm from Haverhill, and basically I've been starting modeling since I was a little girl. I used to run around the house with high heels on. Last year I was in a fashion show in Lawrence, and also I did Boston Fashion Week. I had a show in Somerville, and then now this show with Reach Fashion. So it's been great.
This is my second fashion show here. Melissa she did her second with me, and we want to do a lot of events in Haverhill, just to bring the community together.
Thank you so much for all of you being here and joining us. Hopefully we can see you guys again next year, and let's shop. All the stores will be open. Thank you.
That was such a fun event. Visit Wingate Street downtown to see more of their eclectic and exciting offerings. The 13th Annual Trails and Sales Festival, spanning the weekends of September 19th through the 21st and 26th through the 28th, highlights the best of the Essex National Heritage area, with more than 150 free events, all open to the public. Here in Haverhill, there are 5 Trails and Sales events happening, and we met up with the hosts of 3 of them to find out what we can expect. Each September, all of Essex County gears up for the annual Trails and Sales Festival. New to the local lineup this year is the Rocks Village Architecture and History Tour, led by Samantha Krenzer of the Buttonwoods Museum, on Saturday, September 27th at 11 a.m.
The Rocks Village Architectural Tour really started out from when I kept driving past to go to Newburyport, and also driving past the llama farm. You would always go down that way and over the bridge, and I'm very into architecture, so I love the old houses, and I would see them and just be very curious, because you really don't hear too much about it. You see the historic district sign there, but you don't really taught much about it in like our history of Haverhill class at Haverhill High that I took, so I was really curious about what the architecture was like and the history of the place. It's going to start out at the Hand Tub House, which is a firefighting 1840 structure. So we're going to start there because it's an easy icon in the middle of the village, and then we're going to walk around, kind of do progression in time. We're going to look at a couple of buildings from the 1700s up through the late 1800s, and there's also one building we'll briefly talk about that's in the early 1900s, because I really want to show how it's not just a stagnant place where it's stuck in like the mid 1800s. I want to show how it progressed in time in the architecture. It kind of has maintained its little charm about a little village, just like there on the eastern border of Haverhill. And there's also what we'll find out, because it's an architectural tour primarily, but we'll find a couple of interesting stories about people who lived there and who have connections to Rocks Village. There's one famous man from Haverhill. He's a poet who has a small connection, and then there's also some French royalty or nobility that used to live in Rocks Village. So we'll talk a little bit about that story, which is really interesting.
Local historian and Trails and Sales mainstay Tom Spitaleri will be hosting his Civil War Walk and Spiritual Quest events at Hilldale Cemetery over the next 2 weekends.
For Friday night's Trails and Sales events, I'm running the paranormal ghost hunts at Hilldale Cemetery, the last Friday night, Saturday night, and the second last week, Friday and Saturday night. The tour will include Soldiers Hill. They'll include a little history of Hilldale Cemetery, some of the problems that Hilldale has faced through the years, and then we're going to go looking for spirits, and there's plenty of them throughout the cemetery. We always catch something, whether it's an orb or an apparition, or if you get lucky, sometimes you might get me channeling a spirit. I also do the Civil War historic tour of Hilldale Cemetery, and this year I added one not only on Friday but an early Sunday morning tour of Hilldale Cemetery. So we talk about the Civil War history of Haverhill, some of the soldiers, where they fought, where they died. I always throw a little older war in, the Sioux Wars. We actually have one of the only cemeteries in this region that has a Sioux War soldier buried in there. It's a very rare occasion that you have somebody from that era.
Join Tom for the Bella Buildings Walk on the 19th at 3 p.m., exploring the rich Italian cultural heritage of the lower Washington Hill neighborhood. Tom gave us a peek at some of the striking architecture featured on the walk.
We are now standing in front of 9496 River Street, the Vitro Emanuel block. This 3-story building cost $30,000 in construction cost and opened December 30th, 1910. At one time, there was a cathedral-style entranceway right in that center door. We are now standing in front of 100 River Road, the Doc Angelo block. It's quite an interesting building. I mean, it is built with a different style brick. It isn't the red brick. It's the incidentals on this, plus the colored stone that they use to turn this building into one of the prettier buildings that you'll see in downtown Haverhill. And that is also on the Italian Heritage Walk.
Visit trailsandsales.org to find out what's happening, where, and when. Haverhill citizens gathered the morning of September 11th to dedicate the new Emmaus Commons Park at the corner of Locust and Orchard Streets and honor the lives of those that were lost on that date in 2001. The new park incorporates a center labyrinth, seating, and gardens, courtesy of Peaceful Valley Gardens, Noonan's, and the Atwood Memorial Company. The park build and ceremony were helped made possible by Youth Build Lawrence and Emmaus's AmeriCorps Vista team. The city's finest chili slingers will be returning this year to the Haverhill Firefighters Museum for the hugely popular 8th Annual Chili Cookoff, Saturday, September 27th from 6 to 9 p.m. You be the judge of the best chili in 3 categories: firehouse, individual, and restaurant. Other festivities planned include a silent auction, 50-50 raffle, and other prizes. For more info, go to haverhillfirefightingmuseum.org. If you have a story or event you'd like to see featured on the Haverhill Journal, call us at 978-372-8070 or email info@mediahc.org. And don't forget to like us on Facebook or at our YouTube channel, HCTV Haverhill. And that's what's happening in Haverhill the week of September 18th. The Journal is returning to a weekly schedule, so watch for our next episode, September 25th. I'm Lindsay Paris, and we'll see you next week.